Eleanor, and this is Sunstar Knits. Today we have most of the day off. I just have to go to school later this afternoon and do some online schoolwork. And this week is pretty much empty for me. But the main reason I wanted to film this vlog is because this weekend I am going on a crafters retreat with my mom and my sister in Camp Chinkapin down in middle of California, foothills of Sierra Nevada, stuff like that. So kind of wanted to make this to hold me accountable to try and work on more of my whips, just because I have been working on a lot, pretty much exclusively the book club cardigan. So I have joined for the underarms and done the pockets, which you will find out in the next podcast. But this week I would like to work almost exclusively on the Moan cardigan for my middle sister, I'm the youngest, and the Arctic light sweater for the oldest sister, who is actually coming on this retreat with us. They both know about this. It's not like a surprise gift or whatever. So I have some tea here in my mother's favorite mug. And I have a pumpkin muffin. You didn't see that. That I baked last night. And got some YouTube all ready to go. And my sister's Moan cardigan. I will be putting this on a stitch holder and laying it out and measuring it, just because it's a gift. I want it to fit right, and because it's a cardigan, it's not like I can just fix it to make it long or make it wider. So that's kind of a very important measurement. But I think I'm gonna finish this row of purl, and then I'll run up to my room and grab the stitch holder cable and measure it, which you probably won't see just because it'll be tricky to film, not the best angles, but I will see you at my next check-in, which is hopefully, if not later tonight, stating significant progress. Right now I have 3 white stripes. I'm hoping to have at least 2 more white stripes, which would mean a lot of work. And my goal for the Moan cardigan by the end of the retreat, which is Sunday the October 6th, is to be completely done with the panel and splitting for the back and splitting for the 2 front panels too. Yes, it's a vintage construction, so you split for one front panel and do shaping, and then split for the second front panel. So I'm hoping to have that done, the whole back panel done by the end of the week. And my goals for the Arctic light sweater is to have all of the raglan increases and be separated for the sleeves by the time the weekend like the week is over, I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to alternate which project I work on each day. So I'll spend a day working on the Moan cardigan, spend a day working on the Arctic Light sweater, and then I'm also bringing the yarn for the Tudor blouse with me. I'm not going to work on it this week during the week. I'm just going to bring it for the weekend, because if I do get in a rut where I'm like, I just don't want to work on these two, then I will switch over and do the gauge swatch and cast on for the Tudor blouse. So all fall knitting plans this week. Well, I will see you at my next check-in. Good afternoon. It is Tuesday now. Happy first day of October. It's about 12 o'clock, and I've come to give you a bit of an update on how everything's been going. So I have been working pretty much exclusively, on the Moan cardigan, just because I really, really want to get to that point where I split for the underarms, because this is a bottom-up cardigan. So once you get to a certain inch length in the pattern, you go to working like 3 different sections. So the 2 front panels and then the 1 back panel, and then you seam up at the shoulders. And then you work the sleeves bottom up as well, flat, and seam those up and sew them onto the shoulders because it is a vintage pattern. Or it's not a vintage pattern, it is based off of a vintage cardigan. So it is worked up like a vintage pattern. If you want more information about that, go check out Engineering Knit's video all about how she kind of made this cardigan and how she tested it and how she wrote up the pattern and her stuff about why that she did that. But I am now at 11 inches. So I started here, so at the very top of these white baubles. So I've finished that repeat, and then I've done a whole nother color work repeat. The chart repeat is just this much. Welcome back, or hi. Sorry for the quick change of location. Both my parents came home at the exact same time. So I quickly stopped filming, and it is now 1. And I forgot where I was. So I think I was telling you how much more I needed to knit before I split for the underarms. I did add 2 rows, so it changed, but each of these repeats, so that from the bottom of the green, of like the colored dot to the top of this purple main colored dot, is about 1 inch. So I need another white repeat and then another green repeat. So I need 2 more pattern repeats, which I should be able to get done today. And then once we split for the underarms, I'm hoping to go through it a bit quicker, because instead of having, I don't know how many, like 200 and something stitches, I'll have a fraction of that to be doing. I feel it with my book club cardigan that I was doing last week. Now that I've done the front and the back, and I've joined in the underarms. It is very tedious, and it takes a very long time, and it is it's not too fun anymore. So I'm hoping to mitigate some, we'll get some good progress on hopefully a gift I can give for Christmas, and then a fall knitting plans to mitigate burnout and not wanting to finish or forgotten whips, to rotate and do a week instead of I'll focus until all of a sudden I don't like it anymore and I want to do something new. And then instead of working on my whips and the Christmas gifts I want to give and all of that, I cast on something new. I already kind of did that, but you'll see that in my next podcast episode. So I'll give you a little knitting montage, and then see you probably tomorrow, unless I end up being able to split for the underarm today, which I don't have a whole lot of time left. I did do also in that hour, it didn't take me an hour to do 2 rows. I did a quiz for school and stuff because I'm chugging along with that as well. Hopefully I don't leave all my assignments to last minute like I did this week, but yes, so unless I split for underarms tonight, you will see me tomorrow. I hope you have a good rest of the day. Bye. Hi. I'm a little low energy right now. it is Wednesday at about 4:00. So pretty late update, but I worked mostly on school this morning because I am going to be gone this weekend on that crafting retreat. So I just don't want to have to worry about school. So I didn't really work a lot pretty much the whole morning. And then I had work from 12:15 to like 1:30. I teach swim lessons, so that was like a private lesson we had. And then came back. Well, no, I took my dog to the dog park, let him run around for about 45 minutes, an hour. Did bring the Moan cardigan. So that's actually where I started on. Sorry, but I split. I'm only doing 36 stitches. I'm so happy. It goes by so fast instead of hold on, Jillian, things of yarn. Instead of the full probably over 200, because each one of those dots is like 4 stitches. So I did the armhole shaping. So this is the left front, so it'll look like that. And then this is the armhole shaping, and I have to do 40 more rows, and then we'll do some neck shaping, and then we'll be done. And moving on to the back, which is this big, and it'll probably come in some more for back shaping and then neck shaping in the back there and all that. But yeah, just really quick update. I do have a new plan though for the crafting retreat. Sorry about the lighting. I'm just now realizing it's kind of bad, but I don't want to get up from sitting on my floor right now. So because I've worked pretty much exclusively on the Moan cardigan and I'm loving it, and now that it's kind of working up really quickly and it's at a place where it's working up really quickly and I know it's going to be done like before the end of October, I'm deciding that I'm not going to bring the Moan cardigan with me for the crafting retreat. Just because I know that if I bring this, I'm going to want to see it done. And I'm going to pretty much exclusively work on this over the Arctic light sweater and the Tudor blouse, which I'm okay with that, but I need to make like significant progress on the Arctic light sweater. I really, really, really want to get through all of those raglan increases and get to a place where the pattern is laid out and I can memorize it, and we're split for sleeves so I don't have to distinguish between the front pattern and the sleeve pattern or the raglan pattern, and I can it becomes a lot less mindless. So the Moan cardigan will be worked on for another day. I'm really thinking I can finish at least get up to where the neck shaping will be tonight, just because it's working up super fast. And hopefully on Thursday, my new goal is by Thursday to have done the back. Not like finished the back, but at least gotten like halfway through the back, I think. Or at least to the neck shaping of the back. I don't know if there's armhole shaping, so new goal, get to neck shaping tonight, and then finish the back because it's looking so good. It's big though, but it's the size my sister said she would need. So I'm doing this so that it'll fit her and then she can wear it a bunch. And it is a pretty like open and airy gauge. Like you can see the light shining through, but like I can sort of see it. It's definitely way more noticeable on camera, the light coming through. So she does live down in SoCal, Orange County, Anaheim area, and hopefully this will be warm enough that it'll keep her warm in the winter, but light enough that she can wear it on some of those more like 70, 80 days. Probably closer to 70, 75 days, but I want this to be kind of like a staple piece of her wardrobe. Hopefully something that she can wear and get a lot of use out of. Oh shoot. Okay. Well, I just noticed 2 dropped stitches. So, yep, when I was transferring it over to the, so those are 2 drop stitches right there. Those are supposed to be tuck stitches. So, I'm going to, run, don't need to run and go grab. So I will, actually, I'm not going to fix those just because that requires me to do a little bit of like work. Where is it? Oh, no, it's not. I'm just looking for stitch markers right now to put through those loops so they don't unravel farther, and I thought I had another one around me. I will be right back. I'm going to go grab a stitch marker. Okay, I'm back. Yeah, so I'm just, let's see if I can actually film this for you so you can see what I do for unflattering, for dropped stitches. So, let's see. So, oh, sorry, I'm just gonna take you out of the stand. You are on my phone, so kind of hard to film. So those are the drop stitch. That's the drop stitch right there. That's the other one. So I just loop a stitch marker through it to hold that loop there so it doesn't unravel further. And then when I get a better setup, I will come back and show you how I actually fully fix a dropped stitch. Okay, we're back. So here are my 2 drop stitches hanging on some stitch markers. So normally with drop stitches, you knit across your row to them and then you do this, but because these are on a stitch holder, I don't want to have to take off all of the stitches up to here and then fix it and put it back on in order for it to get in line with all of these. Just because it's a tuck stitch, it's not that hard of a thing. I'm not too worried. I can just put it back on these stitch markers here, and then when I pick up stitches for the right front, which is what this will be, I will put them back on the needles then. So normally what you do for drop stitch is I grab a crochet hook, just because I'm also a crocheter, I have a lot of these around. Normally you want to pick the same size or a half size larger, so I'm working on 4.5 millimeter needles. Normally would want to grab either a 4.5 millimeter hook or a 5 millimeter hook, but I just grabbed whatever was out and close. So because this is a tuck stitch, I want to have all these ladders, and this is my final one. This is the one I want to pull through like that and have that tuck stitch, because that's what creates these bobble effects. Normally if it was like a fully dropped stitch, I would want to put this dropped loop on my hook and then come here and find the lowest ladder here, the lowest ladder, and pull that through and just keep pulling them up. But I want all those ladders there because that's what the stitch looks like. So I just pull that one up and then put my stitch marker on there and lock it. I'm going to do the same thing for this other one. And sorry, I just put it in my mouth because that's the easiest place to keep hold of it so I don't lose it. And that is all good. You might have to do some finagling and loosening up of stuff just to get it to look right and all that, but yep, that's how you fix a tuck stitch. Okay, well, I think that's all the footage you're gonna get from today. I don't really want to film just knitting 2 times speed, 1.5 times speed video for you, just because it's gonna be the same thing you've seen 2 other times. Sorry. So got the update. You got the little lesson on how I fix a drop stitch. Whether you're a knitter or crocheter, it's good to have at least one crochet hook. They're good, helpful with dropped stitches. They're great for weaving in ends. All sorts of them. All sorts of applications for and jobs for that. So again, I'm gonna try and get to neck shaping tonight. I do have to leave in about an hour for work again because I'm teaching swim team again tonight, covering for a coach that's out. Sorry, bad filming today. Out for the week. So I will see you guys tomorrow, hopefully with a finished right front and a start onto the back. Have a good, I don't want to keep saying have a good rest of your day because hopefully you're watching this all in one day, but I don't really know how else to like end one of these like information like parts. So see you soon for you guys. Good morning. Today is Thursday. It is about 9:15 in the morning. It's a bit of an early one. Woke up about an hour ago and kind of started working on the cardigan pretty much immediately. So last night I actually finished the left front. So this got some casting off and decreases for the armhole, and then again we've got some casting off and decreases for the neck shaping. Again, this is a very high necked cardigan. It's a bit it's definitely very modest of one. There's definitely no v-neck. I actually really like it. It's very shapely. But this morning, in just the time I've been awake, I have cast it off on both sides for the armhole shaping of the back. So this is the full armhole. It's kind of big in my opinion, and then I'm starting the decreases on each side for the decreases. There'll be 5 decreases in total, and then working up the thing. So I'm hoping to get the back done this morning before I have to go to work to teach swim lessons. And then when I come back, I can work on the right front and pretty much stay up and finish that. So I'll have the body done, and then I can come back and just add the sleeves for it. Bit of a quick update. You might get some videos of me just knitting on this. I do have to do some schoolwork, so I'll probably actually knit on this while I'm reading my textbook or listening to my textbook, because I do better if I'm listening to textbooks and reading rather than reading the words. Just because if it's a book that doesn't interest me, so school required reading or textbooks, it's easier to force myself by doing something I am interested in and having it go on. So it's a forced completion of the material. I will see you when this back piece is finished, because I am getting it finished at minimum today. So then I just have to come home and do probably like 3 days of work to finish this. It's a really quick workup. Obviously, I started it a while ago, I started it and then didn't work on it for a while. But since picking it back up, it's probably only been it was Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. So that's 4 days. It's probably only been a week, maybe a week and a half. So 11 days, 10 days of work total so far. Obviously it's been on my needles for a lot longer than that, but I will see you when this is done, if my needle will get unstuck. Woo! We love small stitch counts. today is Friday at about 8:40 in the morning. This is going to be a quick update just because my mom wants to leave before 9 or at 9, and I still have to pack my projects and wind up a skein of yarn, but I'm thinking because this is, we're gonna go kind of the quick but windy way, that I'm not gonna do a whole lot of knitting on the drive just because I do get pretty motion sick, and windy roads are my kryptonite, and if you know, you know. It is not fun. I mean, like, hopefully it's beautiful this time of year because at least I live in the mountains, so lots of evergreen trees. So the only trees that really turn are like the few maple trees, at least I think they're maple trees by the leaves, and the aspen trees that are everywhere. So the aspen trees right outside my house are already like the bright neon orange that aspens get, with some yellow and some green mixed in. There are still green aspens just down the street and like lower down, but hopefully it's a beautiful drive so I don't get like bored. But I just wanted to give you a quick update that we have the back done. So the back is all complete. It's on stitch savers or cable holder try-on thingies. I'm thinking, so I did just this one dot and all the cast-offs just now, this morning, in like the past, since like 8. So it's definitely gonna be done. I'm thinking I want to still bring this just because I have the motivation, but also I know if I bring this, I'm not gonna work on anything else. And I really, really think that as soon as I get past all the increases with the Arctic light sweater, that it'll get I'll get the mojo to work on it once like I have a body and sleeves, just because it'll take the burden off my mind a little bit. We're having to switch through all the different cable charts and things like that. So I really want to bring it and just be like, hey, you can just work on it on the drive and it stays in the car or it stays in the cabin, but I know I'm not gonna do that. So I'm not going to bring it. I'm going to be good and disciplined and only bring the Arctic light sweater and the stuff for the Tudor blouse. I actually got the ignore my super messy room if you can see it, but so I got the other yarn for it. I did end up being able to find some. It's apparently really hard to find yarn by Symphony Yarn. So Wool and Co had 3 skeins. So these are the 3 skeins right there. And then that's the one original one. So I definitely think these ones are a bit more variegated. So I have 2 caked up over there. So I'm gonna cake up one of the new ones. I think I'm gonna cake up this one and take this one and one of those as my yarn for that, just because then I can, instead of having to mix bring 4 balls and knit every other row like with the other 2 balls. That way I can just mix them already and it'll be fine. So that's my plan. We're going to put this away, the Moan cardigan away. I'm really happy with the progress I made, and hopefully Sunday night, last day, I will finish that front, and hopefully my Arctic Light sweater gets some much needed progress. So I will see you tonight if I can get some quiet alone time in the cabin. I probably won't bring you out where everyone is, but I will see you probably tonight with a little update on the Arctic Light sweater or Tudor blouse, whichever one I decide to go for. Hi! So it is still Friday. It's at about 9:15 p.m. I'm getting ready to go to bed. Just wanted to give you guys a quick update. I don't have any of my projects with me just because the way it's set up, we keep all of our stuff, crafting stuff, in like the main hall dining area. So I'm back in the cabin to get away from everyone to be able to film privately. Don't have my tripod, so sorry if the video is a bit shaky. Probably will be for the next couple of days. But we left the house, my mom and I left the house at about 9:30, so a little late. It was about a 3-hour drive, but we stopped some because I got a little car sick and to get some lunch. So we got here about 2:30, and then we kind of spent the rest of the day crafting. We had dinner at about 6. My sister came about 3:30. So I did work on the Arctic Light sweater a little bit. I actually started a new cast on. I didn't start the Tudor blouse. I decided I wanted 3 projects. So I was going to bring the yarn I showed you guys for the autumn mittens. I decided I didn't want to do that much color work. So instead, I will be doing another free pattern called the Percy socks. I don't know who they're by. I will find out because I'll do like a recap at the end and I'll put all the patterns I've done and who they're by. So they're the Percy socks. They're these cute little autumn socks with a little ghost colorwork motif. And that's about all I want colorwork wise to do. So I brought those along, and my sister, she wants to do a trade of knowledge. So she embroiders. So she's kind of teaching me how to embroider and letting me do some of her kits. And I'm letting her work on the sock a bit because she wanted to learn how to knit socks. So we'll be doing our first socks together. She probably won't do too much just because she'll do probably a couple rows, maybe if I end up getting far enough along. Hopefully I won't get far enough along because I'll be working on the Arctic Light sweater. But the thing about the Arctic Light sweater is it gives me pain in my lower pinky joint, so I kind of have to stop as soon as I feel that pain. But also I can't switch to embroidery or like any other knitting because the knitting encourages that pain, and the embroidery makes my tendonitis flare up. So I have problems. But one of the ladies here is doing a puzzle, so whenever I get that pain from either tendonitis or my pinky, I think I'm gonna go over and join her in her puzzle and do that with her because she said everyone was welcome to join in the puzzle. So that'll be fun. I haven't done a puzzle in a while. Well, I am gonna go get ready for bed. that was my little update. I will probably see you again tomorrow night just because it's the only time I can kind of be alone at night. I can't really do it in the morning, so I will see you tomorrow night. Bye. Hi, it is Saturday at about 3:30-ish. It's about kind of the down day. A lot of people are taking downtime. A lot of people are taking naps, or they're pretty engrossed in their crafting. So I figured, because it's a beautiful day outside, very sunny, it's probably about like 75, 80, I would sneak outside and film an update for today. It's probably gonna be the only update for today, just because I don't have to like sneak back and just talk to you, so not be able to show you anything, but now I can show you stuff. So I've been bad. I told you that I was only going to bring the yarn for the Tudor blouse and the Arctic Light sweater, but I decided that I realized I didn't want to do all the color work that was necessary for the autumn mittens. So I decided I was going to try and do my very first sock, which was really good because it ended up being that, like, when I got here, my sister decided that, well, before, but she wants to learn how to make socks. So I've been kind of teaching her how to knit, and teaching her how to knit on the socks and like using them as a using them as like a tool, because she really wants to learn how to knit socks, which, like, I'm just on the cuff and like the top of the sock, so it's not really that like important, and like it's like any other knitting, so it's honestly not bad. She won't learn how to do a gusset or anything. I might I end up really liking making these pair of socks. I might whip up some in November and teach her how to do a gusset, just like parts of it at a time, during Thanksgiving. That's the word I wanted to see. So I started a sock, using the same yarn for the autumn mittens. This is the Percy sock. I have the pattern, so I will show you the pattern. I remember I told you all this. I started the Percy sock. Sorry, I have things on my legs because I'm outside. I'm in a gaga ball pit. If you don't know my cable needle for the Arctic Light sweater went flying. It is one of the most fun games to play at camp. I'm here because I decided I didn't want to sit at a table. I wanted something at my back, and it's turf lined, so it's actually really comfy. There's some like pine needles and stuff, but I just kind of like kicked them away. So let me pull up the beginning of the pattern for you. The Percy sock is a free pattern. It's called Percy Socks by Maddie Helix. I probably don't have to show you this because like you'll be able to see it when I put up a photo or whatever, if I end up putting up a photo now that I've shown you. So I didn't have 3 colors, and I've already spent a lot of money because this was like $22 just for this, and this was like $12 because, again, I bought them during the Sierra Nevada Yarn Crawl, which is all like small yarn shops, and I'm cool paying that price, but I didn't want to have to go out and buy another ball of yarn for socks if I didn't know if I liked socks or not. And so I just did a white cuff and white stripes here instead of having brown. This is gonna be a bit of a knit and chat because I want to get some progress on this. So yeah, I tried making socks like one other time, and it was really frustrating because I didn't have these nice little small circumference needles, and like I just really wanted I didn't have the small circumference needles, and I didn't have a big enough circumference to do magic loop, so it was just a shit show of trying to do socks. But now that I have these nice little, and I have two pairs of these. I have these ones, which are 2.5mm needles and an 8-inch circumference, and then I have one other that are 10-inch circumference, which I think is a bit too big for me, and they're 2.25, so 2.25mm. So I think I just need to get, honestly, probably like a 9-inch. Like an 8-inch for the cuff and then a 9-inch for the body is like the perfect length for me. So this pattern is actually, it's really simple. It's like, it tells you to do the cuff, and then it tells you to increase, and then it tells you do the chart. So there are 3 different charts depending on your size. So there's a large, medium, and small, depending on which like size, how big your foot is. So I'm actually doing the medium, which I think is about an 8-inch foot circumference, and highly recommend. Loving this pattern. It's so cute, and I'm thinking it's just going to become like my vanilla sock pattern, and I can interchange the color work design as I want. So that is the Percy sock. I do think this cuff is a bit tall. I don't know. My sister said it would roll down because these are like mid-calf socks. So that's that. Next is the main category, the main show. My yarn barf middle pull people will know. So this is her. This is the star of the show. So I found my one. Take a moment for our nice little needle stoppers that we got. Take a moment for all of the stitch markers and a Hobby Lobby find. Don't know if they're still there. Got this a while ago. But my llama progress keeper that I put on last night. I only did like 2 rows last night, so all of this work is from today. So I did this intermingled with the Percy sock, intermingled with some embroidery. I will show you when I get home tomorrow. I think tonight I'm mostly gonna work on why am I taking these off? I think I'm mostly gonna work on editing, so I might not get as much done tonight just because I want this video to kind of be edited as you go, so I don't have to like do it all at one time. But honestly, the pattern is pretty much, so this is the front or back motif, and the pattern is pretty much set. So you've got that big braid in the middle, and then you've got like this. Now that I've learned this is twisted rib and this is broken rib. I have learned it's not just this weird like whatever. I realized on my grandma's sweater it's half twisted rib or half broken rib, but this is like twisted rib with broken rib here, and then you've got these like just little twists with these baubles in the middle, and then this section of just straight knitting is going to become this like fishtail wishbone cable. So that's my next row. I would have done it before filming this, but my wrist was kind of starting to hurt. And that's the front, and the back is the same, and then the 2 sleeves are also the same. So the sleeve pattern is set. So I'm increasing. There's no more cables. I'm just, as I'm increasing, I'm doing moss stitch. So I'm now it's the same with the front. I'm just increasing and doing moss stitch instead of adding to the pattern. But this, so that's moss stitch over there. Then there's some broken rib, and then there's this twist here that is really interesting because you keep the ribbed thing. And Veronica, because she does have a tutorial on this, and I've watched it for all of the cables and like double checked and whatever, says this is the same cable that she uses in her wishbone in her wishbone sweater. Then there's more of the twisted and broken rib, and then you've got this. I need to learn the name of this because I absolutely love this. Fishtail. I'm gonna call it the fishtail cable because it looks like a fishtail braid. So fishtail cable, which is different than the fishtail cable in the book club cardigan, which is like, if you know cables, the book club cardigans is you hold 2 in the front, and then you knit 2, then you knit the 2 off the cable, and then you hold 2 in the back, and then you knit 2 off the cable needle. This one, you hold 3. So you hold 3 to the back, so you're bringing 3 stitches to the middle here, and you're knitting 2, and then you're knitting those 3, and then you're taking 2 from the middle and putting it back. So it's a slightly different, I mean, it's the same look, pretty much. I don't know, I don't have the book club cardigan here to compare, but to me, it looks the same. So I wonder if she just wanted a bigger cable, or what was that. So I've made new goals too. So I don't really have any goals for the Percy cardigan, or Percy sock. Why did I think I'm saying cardigan so much? I'm used to saying the Moan cardigan. I'm getting water. So I don't really have any goals for the Percy sock. Other than I kind of want to make another one that's like pink, white, blue with like an octopus, because you know, like Percy Jackson, Son of Poseidon, and make that like a Percy sock. But my goal for my first goal for the Arctic Light sweater was to split for the sleeves in these, like get to a point where I could split for the sleeves in these 3 days, but I'm realizing that's not an achievable goal, and so I changed my goal, because I know that for my brain, I need to make smaller goals that I achieve quicker to keep the dopamine going, to keep me interested. So I switched it and was like, hey, I want to get half of the increases done. I want to get to half the increase, not like half the chart, because increases in chart are different. Just because the charts I'm using are, like, her charts are for 2 sizes. So I wanted to get to half the increases in, like, this weekend, and I ended up doing that today. So there's it's a 59 row chart, and I'm not totally sure if this is like accurate, because I need to sit down and watch her second part 2 of the Arctic Light sweater video, but I've been needing it for the cables and stuff. I might do that after this while I'm just knitting here. But sorry, I'm staring off into space and playing with the pine needles. So this is being a really long update, but I switched it so it was half of the increases, like half the increases done, and I got that, which was 21 rows. I didn't need to do 21 rows, but like that was the length it was. And so now I'm like, okay, well, I'm just gonna do half the chart, and 59 is not divisible equally or into a whole number, so it would be 29 and a half rows. So I just rounded it to 30, and so this week I want to get, in the rest of today and tomorrow, I want to get another, I think I need another like 7 rows or something. And then I think my next goal will be to do a third of the chart and then finish the chart. And like, sorry, there's a spider web on you. And that's it. So yeah, I'm going to do some knitting on the Percy socks, just because that'll be a bit easier, give my wrist a break, and I kind of want to get past the eyes in my little outside alone time. And then I will see you guys tomorrow for the last little half day of my crafting weekend. So, see you tomorrow. Hi guys, welcome back. This is gonna be really quick because I didn't realize how long this video had gotten, but it is now Monday the 7th. I'm gonna give you a quick update. I did not film last night just because I was super duper tired and like pretty much went to bed right away because we stayed up pretty late the night before. For my last update, the only thing I worked on is the Arctic Light sweater, and I did meet both of my 2 newer goals. I did not get to the point of finishing like the charts and separating for the sleeves, which I'm realizing was a very far-fetched goal. It probably could have met it if I had started this and worked on it pretty religiously throughout the week, but I just didn't. So I am over halfway through the charts, all of the charts. So I'm pretty close to being done. I'm pretty close to being done with the increases. So I've made quite a bit of progress. I'm kind of in the middle of the row back here. I worked on it a bit and had to finish. But so that's my place marker from the beginning. So that's where I was. And remember, this is like 3 days, or more like 2. So, because we were there for like 2 days, including both of our half days. So that, and I'm to the point. So what I didn't like about this and what was kind of keeping me off from it was the fact that the pattern changed every round. But now, even with the increases, the cable patterns have all been established and I'm just working moss stitch. So those increases are just going towards the moss stitch, and I'm just like, I'm really happy with it. I think I'm gonna, now that I'm kind of past and the cable stitches, the cable patterns are established, I will be able to whip through this a lot more easily. Again, this was a long one. I think it's an hour and like probably 10 minutes now. I did cut some stuff out, shortened some of the just knitting segments, so it's a lot of updates. I will try and work to keep my vlog shorter next time, unless for some reason this blows up and gets a bunch of views and you all end up liking having an hour plus long vlog. So if you liked it, please leave a comment. And yeah, I hoped you had a good day. I hoped you enjoyed working on whatever you were working on. Yeah, if you were working on something during this, leave a comment. Let me know. I love seeing what people work on. I watch a lot of these knitting podcasts and knitting vlogs and all that, especially while I'm doing something. So hope you have a great rest of your day, or whatever time you're watching this. Bye!